Who needs to read the news in America? I am the news. I grew up in the CIA, and I've been around the world in every single war, including Vietnam with Oliver North. I know everything about CIA, assassinations, been there, done that. I was a child soldier in Africa. I've met more heads of state and killed them than John Perkins, my father's colleague from Charleston, Maine. There were confessions of an economic hitman claiming he never pulled the trigger. Me and Dad did. And set up presidential assassinations. You don't need to read on the news false information. Just bring your questions to me on a pay-per-play basis. 1-862-340-0048. Julie Star, Earth Star's daughter. He makes NATO nukes that can blow up the world, too. Listen, where did the CIA get the power to assassinate? Well, first of all, if a hit is done on anyone, like a major player like Putin, Kennedy, Anwar Sadat, Begin, I can name them, Francois Tambali, and Chad, 1973. It's an executive power of the U.S. president, and it, quote unquote, needs to be inspected by him and signed by him before it's done. But the CIA is like the Federal Reserve, people. It has no oversight. I know exactly what goes on there in the meetings, or in the directors' early morning meetings, because my father headed them. I'll give Gina a tour. She'll never forget the facility. My dad drove me around it. I lived in McLean, Oakland Avenue. It was on my father's Facebook page until recently. I was born at Baltimore, Maryland, but stayed at the hospital, not like it says in Pennsylvania. I have proof. I was in the Baltimore Sun in 1964, a little after December 28th, my birth announcement, and then Mom holding me that I was born in Baltimore, where I met Mom, nowhere near Pennsylvania. And I also have on my live birth bill at Bethesda Naval Hospital for $200. I asked Mom what it is. My dad doesn't want to answer me. He doesn't want to help me in any way about filling in the gaps in my life, because he wants to protect his identity. I've been one of the deputy directors during William J. Casey, who used to play miniature golf in his office. So take that, Gina. I bet you didn't know that. Anyway, but the president doesn't want to be blamed on paper. You never saw. I know lots of presidents have signed assassination orders for presidents, but you're not going to find them pinned down for it, and you're never going to find an executive order. Wherever they are, it's laughable. They probably give a wink and nod like my dad, and A-OK, saying you're going to take a assassination hit. But the CIA has no oversight, financial or otherwise, and neither does the Federal Reserve. They have unlimited amounts of money that get embezzled into people's pockets, like my dad and other directors like Haskell. And they say they're doing all kinds of shit they don't do with it, embezzle. But the CIA, well, if they think they have the power to just kill anybody, me, you, Putin, they usually are going to go after things really important, like enemies, you know. And I can, and my son, when he said, quote, I said, quote, Irv, what are you going to do with all that fancy shit you're making up for that drug, Ebola, exotic viruses, and nerve gas 1,000 times stronger than Novichok? And he goes, yeah. Quote, we're going to use it to kill USA enemies, unquote, exactly what I do remember. And, you know, you don't have to tell me who they are. I already know, including myself, because I wouldn't sign over all my money to him. He's a broke drug addict spending $4,000 a month on alcohol and drugs for his wife in Richmond Hill, right down from the police station in Georgia. I've had enough of it. If you want to do something smart, you'll stop my son and his wife, throw him in rehab before it goes any further. He hates me and he wants to kill me anyway, because he said he blames me for his CIA dream job and misfortunes, when Arnold Stark, my former partner, said it's really him. He's too bribable. He's got alcohol and drug problems in a big amount. So please stop my son from killing me, because he blamed Mommy for his, quote, former associations with Darko, and the CIA's told me to, quote, go look for another profession. Please do something about it. Thank you. Maybe a FSB call from Moscow will shake this son of a bitch up.